Hello and welcome to another live English lesson with me, Richie, and this is AM Language. It is Tuesday afternoon, so welcome to the lesson today. And behind me, you can see AM Language's YouTube channel. So if you are new, make sure you subscribe. We now have 587 subscribers, which is excellent. So we're getting closer and closer to the 600 mark. Irina F, hello, welcome to today's lesson. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining the lesson today. Privyet. In today's lesson, we are going to look at giving your opinions. And we're going to look at some really good phrases to help you give your opinions, and we can give our opinions on different things. But one of the things I'm going to also help you with is how this works when you are speaking and how you might want to change it if you're giving your opinion, let's say, over WhatsApp, for example. So we're going to look at it from definitely an informal perspective, and we'll also have a little look at how this can be done formally as well. Leondina, buon pomeriggio. Good afternoon. Welcome to today's lesson. Sandra, great to see you. Guten Tag and Merry Christmas. Welcome to today's lesson. We are going to go from topic to topic as well. So it's not going to be a set topic today. We'll give our opinions on lots of different things. The important thing is how to be clear about how to be clear with your language when giving opinions. And we can go from issues that are not particularly important to maybe slightly more sensitive issues as well. So we're going to keep the issue box open. And if you want to come in with your own opinions at any point, please feel free to do so. As always, guys, make sure that you follow us on social media. And in all our videos, you'll always be able to find the links to our website, as well as the link to the different the different social media links as well. I haven't put them in this video yet. I will do that at the end of the lesson. And please make sure you check out our new business English video over here, which talks about business English in 2021. There will be an IELTS video going up soon as well, along with a lot of these videos done in different languages as well. So all that is to come. In the new year, other things that you guys can look forward to, something called short videos. What you will see are some short, maybe 2-minute length videos coming your way, which will explain different language points in just 2 minutes. So we've got some good content that's going to be uploaded onto this YouTube channel over the course of the new year. So lots of exciting things to look forward to. If you are currently thinking about maybe you do want to learn English, or you want to continue learning English, please make sure if you want to actually find out if you want to find out if it is possible to come to Malta at some point in the new year to have English lessons, the answer is yes, it is possible. And if you are interested, make sure you get in contact with us as well. This is Malta. As we are in Malta, it's a great day. The sun is out. It's the sort of day where you could probably go to the beach as well. Not to swim, although some people are swimming. It's probably a bit too cold for that. Anyway, let's get into today's lesson. So, we've got lots of different ways to give our opinion. The thing is, we want to make sure that we don't repeat ourselves. So I'm going to provide a list, And you guys can tell me if you think which phrases are you would use to give your opinion and which phrases you would not use to give your opinion. Olea, good afternoon. Welcome to today's lesson. Let me know where you are in the world, where you're from, and welcome to the channel. If this is your first time, make sure you subscribe as well. So let's get into it. Okay, so I'm going to put some options up. Not all of them are going to be correct, only some of them. So your job here is going to have to be, you need to try and tell me which phrases you could use for giving an opinion, and that's it. But some will be wrong, okay? Alea says that she's from Ukraine. Well, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. And it's great to see people from different parts of the world as well. So let's begin. One. We'll go in. The first one is going to be quite straightforward. Hello, Evelina, and good afternoon. Welcome to today's lesson, Evelina. We're talking about opinions, and the first activity is for you guys to tell me which of these sentence phrases we can use to give opinions and which ones we cannot. So 1, in my opinion, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 11, 12. So the question is, which of the options above can we use to give our opinion? So that's all I need to know to begin with. Which of these can we use to give an opinion? Okay, and let me know. Okay, so let me know which ones you think you can use to give your opinion. Leondina says all of them except for 5, 6, 8, 11, and 12. Okay. Arena F says 2 and 4 you can use to give an opinion. Okay, let's keep them coming. Do we all agree? I think the complete answer so far, I mean, Leondina has gone with the idea of providing the answer in terms of which ones you cannot use. And Arena F is taking the approach of saying which ones we can use. So let's see. Feel free to come in with some more ideas here. Like I said, guys, the question is, which of the options above can we use to give our opinions? The pronoun is going to make a difference here. Evelina says 2 and 4. So a lot of people are saying, all of them so far, everyone, both Leondina, Irina, F, and Evelina think that 2, I believe, and I think we can use to give an opinion. Sandra, though, agrees with Leondina in terms of the complete answers. So let me give you what the answers are, okay? We can use 1, in my opinion. That is definitely one that we can use to give our opinion. 2, I believe. 3, as far as I'm concerned. This is a good one. 3, it has the same meaning as has the same meaning as 4. 3 and 4 have the same meaning in terms of concerning is another way of thinking in this case. We've got 7, which is a good one. I take the view. I take the view that, for example. Then we've got number 9, from my perspective, really important. And number 10, I feel. So all of them, these are the ones that we can use to give our opinions. So make sure you have them, because the goal here is that you yourself cannot use the same phrase to give your opinion. You can only use it once. So as soon as you have used one, you can't use it again. Now, let's consider the linkers, though, after these expressions, after these phrases. What can we link them with? How do we link them to what we want to say? Well, let's take, for example, any of them, but let's go with, okay, let's go with I feel, okay? You can link it with the phrase that, for example. So I feel that this is difficult. I feel that, I believe that, from my perspective, that is a bad idea, for example. Depends on the context. As far as I'm concerned, that is not good enough. In my opinion, that is a problem. So what we're really doing here is we've got the opinion phrase, okay? We have the opinion phrase, plus that. And then we want to go in with what we think. So I believe that is not a good idea. I feel that is a problem. I feel that we are going to lose out. For example, from my perspective, that is not a good idea. But most typically what you can say is the verb, okay, the verb to be, okay? So let's go with, I believe that is a bad idea. For example, I feel that is a good idea. From my perspective, that is not good enough, for example. So here we can see that this is how, if we're going to use that, we can follow it with is. But what about the other alternatives? Well, the other alternatives is going to be slightly different. We are going to find that we can use it with the pronoun. And this is quite an important one with the pronoun. Okay. So when we use the pronoun, it would be me, sorry, not me, sorry. We, I, they. So I believe we should. I believe they will. I believe sorry, from my perspective, we can do this. You'll notice that I'm going with a modal verb, okay, such as can or should, okay. So, for example, we could say, I feel we should sell. From my perspective, we can do better. Let's go with a slightly different one. Let's go with I take the view. And I take the view, I've automatically put that in, but I take the view. I take the view that we should sell, for example. When you use I take the view, we often include that in. I take the view we should sell. That's fine as well. Okay, so let's go into the first activity. And let me show you how this activity works. You guys can choose the phrase. That's fine. What you guys then need to do is complete the sentence. So I might go with that. I'm just going to give you here an example. Okay, so you might see something like this. You can then go with, I feel that is going to cause problems. Okay, so you could do something like that. I should say, guys, there is a third option here, which always works, which is that plus pronoun. You can always do that. That always works. I feel that we should go. I mean, you can do that. It's just that that is going to be extra. You don't need to. But in case you're wondering, that is an option. Okay. So let's go for it. Let's see what you guys end up doing. So remember, you need to complete the sentence and you need to try and think of what you need to go with. Okay. So let's go with, I'll give you another example of how the question might, how the sentence might be. You might see something like this. Okay, and then the answer might be, I feel we should leave tomorrow. So look at the question carefully, look at what words are missing, and that way you can make sure that you put in the correct terminology. Like I said, guys, you can choose the phrase you wish to go with, just don't repeat yourself. So let's begin. Number one. Two. Three. Number four. And let's go with number five. Okay, guys, let's see what you come out with. Like I said, for the first part, you can choose any one of the accepted phrases above to give opinions. But you need to try and complete the rest of the sentence. And you really need to think about whether effectively, are you going with a pronoun or are you going with that? That's what you really need to think about. Some of them, maybe it's more to do with the verb as well. Maybe you need to think about the verb to be in some cases, or maybe you need to think about the modal verb. Let's see. So you got one blank something. Well, you got blank, blank, go for a different product. So Arena F has gone with, I feel that we should go for a different product. So that's our answer to the first one. If you agree with Arena F, please come in. I will always accept that plus pronoun because that can always be done. But if you do use a pronoun, you need to think to yourself, well, do we need that? Is that just an extra is that just an extra word that we don't need? So Arena F has given her first answer. I feel that we should go for a different product. Let's see if you guys agree with it. Arena F, please let me know. If not, come in and tell me what you think the answer should be. And then that will, once we've done this, we should give ourselves enough time to actually give our opinions on one or two things. So come in with your own answers. Don't forget, guys, you can choose whatever, any of the options above in terms of the phrases. I feel, I believe, from my perspective, in my opinion, I think, as far as I'm concerned. You can use all of them. But you just need to think really, really carefully. Do you need a pronoun? Do you need that? Or are you going to go for that and a pronoun? Evelina says that she agrees with Arena. Okay, so I feel that we should go for a different product. Let me know what you think the answers might be for 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let me know what you think the answers are. Don't forget the first part potentially can be any one of the acceptable options. We just need to think about what comes next in order to use them properly. So I'll give you guys just a little bit more time to have a look at these ones. You've got quite a few options still. You've got 4 more here. So I'll give you guys a bit more time before I give you the answer. I think that's not a bad angle of the channel, actually. So like I said, try and pick from some of the options above. If you're not too sure about any of them, have a good think. It's a great opportunity to use them. So try and use phrases that are new to you. You don't need to go for, in my opinion. Maybe you want to try using I believe, I feel, from my from my perspective. That would be another one. Arena F has said, from my perspective, that is not what we are looking for. Okay, Arena F, thank you very much. I think that looks like a really good sentence. If you think it's a good sentence and you think that is the correct answer, please let me know in the live chat. Say that you agree with Arena. But maybe not. Maybe you disagree with Arena. Maybe you think, I don't know. Maybe you disagree with the way she's completed the sentence. Leondina has said, I believe they should go for a different product. 2, I feel that it's not what we need, what we are looking for. 3, as far as I'm concerned, we should continue looking. Okay, so Leondina has given us 3 completed answers. If you agree with Leondina, Just tell me in the live chat. Tell me you agree with Lee and Dina. But if you disagree, then please let me know and offer an alternative. Maybe you think there's a different answer. Maybe you think there's a better answer to be found in all this. But we're missing answers for number 4 and 5. So before we move on, I'll wait to see if you guys could give me your answers to 4 and 5. So we've got blank something. So we've got blank plus blank can't win anymore. And we've got blank that blank, a great idea. Remember, there's more than one correct answer to be found here. Leondina has said 4, it could be, in my opinion, they can't win anymore. Okay. And number 5, from my perspective, that is a great idea. Arena F says, for number 3, I think we should continue looking. Evelina says, for number 2, I feel that it's not what we are looking for. Okay, really good stuff. Let me go through and I'll tell you what the answers are. Okay, so number 1, you could use any of the phrases above, okay, and that doesn't change. But for number 1, what we're going to have to do is, so for example, we could say, I feel. We could go with I feel that we should. I would accept that. The other one that I will accept, I feel, yeah, they should. Okay. Again, you could have gone for plus pronoun. So you could have gone for any of these combinations here. So if you were to write, oh, let's see, Evelina says, as far as I'm concerned, we should continue looking. Yes, Evelina, that's a really good answer. Well done. So for number 1, if we've got any phrase of the above plus pronoun plus should, you can say, I believe, for instance, I believe we should, okay, and the rest of the sentence. So that would be correct. So well done, because I think all of you got correct. Arena F, I also accept your answer as well. Number 2, you guys have put, I feel that it's not what we're looking for. I feel that's not what it's looking for. From my perspective, that is not what we're looking for. Okay, again, any of the opinion phrases above plus that plus is, okay, because this is going to be a negative. We can see that's going to be a negative. So that would be correct. In which case we could say, as far as I'm concerned, that is not good enough. So that is fine for being an answer to number 2. Number 3, you guys have said, let's see, for number 3, as far as I'm concerned, we should continue looking. We've got, as far as I'm concerned, we should continue looking. Yeah, okay, look, that's perfectly fine. You've got your opinion phrase. So you have your opinion phrase, if I can just spell opinion correctly. Opinion phrase plus, what do we have? Pronoun. So it could then read, from my perspective, they can't win. And that would be fine. That would be good. Number 4, you guys have gone with, okay, Leondina says, in my opinion, they can't win anymore. That's number 4. Oh, did I confuse number 3? Oh, yes. Sorry, yes, I did. let me just delete that. So we've got, as far as I'm concerned, we should continue looking. Okay, good. Next one, number 4, is what I had originally put for number 3 by accident. So you got your opinion phrase. Plus pronoun, plus the rest of the sentence, which then ends up reading, let's say, I believe we can't win anymore. So something like that would be fine. And finally, number 5, Leondina herself put, from my perspective, that is a great idea. Okay. Looking at the sentence, yeah, this is going to have to be that sort of structure. So opinion phrase, plus that, plus is. And then you have something like that. So I think everyone got this right. So we can now go into a discussion. I'm going to ask a question and you can give me an opinion. Make sure you try and play around with the language that we've looked at. Looking at the live chat section, I think all of you got 100. Well, I think all of you did very well. I can't say I saw a mistake, for example. So good stuff. So my first question is going to be this. Go with so first question, is social media good for children? You've got lots of modern day apps. You've got TikToks, Snapchat, Instagram. Children, I'm including children in terms of anyone under the age of 16. So if you're under the age of 16, you're a child in this example. Let me know, is social media good for children? That's the question. Can you give me your opinion? Make sure you follow the structure, and once you have chosen to use one of the phrases, opinion phrases, try and use a different one, so we don't end up being repetitive. We can also later on have a little look at the language between WhatsApp or whether it's just speaking, for example. If we have time, though. This is the first stage, though. Can we get the basics right to begin with? So this is the question, is social media good for children? Maybe you want to say, from my perspective, from my perspective, you could go with, actually, there's one with the pronoun of it. So you can go with it. So from my perspective, it can't be a good idea, for example. If you go with it, you could also still go with the verb to be. From my perspective, it isn't a good idea. But it is a pronoun, so it follows the pronoun style of things. Maybe you want to say, in my opinion, we should not allow children to use social media. Maybe that's your opinion. Let me know what you guys think, and then I'll move on to the next question. So feel free to give me a one-sentence answer. So Leondina says, from my perspective, that is not good enough, as children are easily influenced. Okay, well done, Leondina. I think that's a pretty good sentence. I think it says it's very clear what you mean by that. Let's see if anyone else has their own ideas to come in with over here. And then I'll move on to another question. Irina F says, I take the view that it is a good idea. That is a good idea. Okay, I think here this is a prime example of one of the things we have to be careful of. I take the view that if we go back to my example, I think I gave an example of this one because there's a tricky element. Yeah. So if I show you, I take the view that, okay, if you're going to use I take the view that plus pronoun, I think that's the only one you need to be careful of, actually, Irina. So a really good effort. But what I would say is when you use I take the view, go straight with I take the view that plus pronoun. So I take the view that it is a good idea, for example. So that goes out to everyone. If you're going to use I take the view that, make sure you still follow with a pronoun of some kind. That's going to be the safest thing. It's something quite, that's one phrase that we just have to be a bit careful of. Evelina says, my opinion, to be honest. Ah, okay, close. You're going to have to, if you go to the top, you'll see that it says in my opinion. In my opinion. So Evelina, if you change it to in my opinion, that will be better. In my opinion, it's best, in my opinion, to be honest. In my opinion, to be honest. Okay. Yeah, here we're going to need the pronoun it over here. In my opinion. The reason being is that we are referring to social media. We are referring to social media. I take the view that it's a bit like I take the view that, from my perspective, that is not good enough as children are easily influenced. That's okay, but for the majority of them, we probably might need to use it. I'll tell you what, I'll go in on this a little bit because I didn't explain, I've now realized I didn't explain this in the live chat. I will actually explain it in the live chat now. We do have to be careful. When we refer to a subject, okay, a subject is always going to be it. This means we do need to be careful. So I believe it is a bad idea. For example, I believe it is a bad idea. Context makes a difference. But whenever we're talking about the subject, we need to think about the pronoun it. How can I give this a better example? Because you're probably asking the question, why is it sometimes it? Why is it not sometimes it? Okay, I've thought of an example. So let's say the question is, you think she made the right decision? The answer, you could go with I believe she made the wrong decision. That's number 2. In my opinion, it was the wrong decision. Now, we're using it because it is talking about the decision. So we need to go with it. We can't escape it. What about the other options? Okay. Okay, when we don't need it. So B. Are you happy with that? As far answer. I believe that is good enough. So what we can see here, if the question ends with that, then we can go with that without needing the pronoun. If we do not end the question with that and we're going with a subject, we need to refer to the subject with it. Evelina says, I have to write simpler sentences to make fewer mistakes. Yes and no, Evelina. It's not a bad idea to try and push yourself because it is better. It can be good because it means that you're pushing yourself. If you really want to be accurate, then yes, you could write shorter sentences. But if you want to be brave, you can write longer sentences. So let's see, actually. Okay, I'm going to write a question. You need to give me the answer. You need to think, do we need the pronoun it? Okay, do you need the pronoun it to this? Okay, this is the next activity. So A, you need to reply to the question. So the question is, do you like the house? Okay. B, C. So B, are you happy with that? C, and D. Let's see. Remember, guys, that will always be referring to like an idea or something, an idea, a suggestion, or something. But the point is the question has ended with that. So let's see what you guys go with. We're thinking about, do you need the pronoun it? So if the question is, do you like the house? Are we going to say, for instance, I feel, or I believe, yeah, you might say, I believe it's a nice house, for example. Maybe you think you need it. I feel it's a nice house. I believe it's a nice house. In my opinion, it's a nice house. B, you've got, are you happy with that? We looked at an example above. So let's see what your answers are. Actually, I've just realized the time, so I'm going to speed things up a little bit. A. Answer to A. Is it 1? Where we could say, or we're going to go 2. Oh, okay. So Sandra's come in by saying A, yes, B, no, C, no, D, yes. Well, if you agree with Sandra, let me know. Let me know in the live chat. Do you agree with Sandra? We can continue in tomorrow's lesson. We'll continue. I'll include elements of today's lesson. It won't be the same lesson, but I will include elements of this just to keep it going over. The topic will be different, actually, and what we're looking at tomorrow will be different. But I'll see if I can just, include some of these things today. Okay, so do you agree with Sandra? Do you agree with Sandra? A, yes, B, no, C, no, D, yes. Yudina and Evelina agree with Sandra. Okay, so let me give you the answers. Answer to A. Correct. Answer to B. Answer to B, we're going to go with answer to C. And answer to D, go with so well done, guys. You did get the correct answer there. So thank you so much for joining the lesson today. We'll pick some elements. We'll continue with some of the elements in today's lesson tomorrow. Evelina, Leondina, Sandra, Arena F, and Ola, thank you very much for joining the lesson today. Take care, and I will see you tomorrow at the same time, 3 o'clock, with another live English lesson with AM Language. You're welcome, Sandra. You're welcome, Leondina. Thank you so much for being patient, and have a great evening as well. You too, Sandra. You too, Evelina. You too, Irina. Thank you very much, and take care. Bye for now.